Oh yeah.
Are you working with KiwiSaver for
And
this?
it is for money.
Well, the best way that we can have a practical example of compounding interest, which is
putting something actual in it.
yes, put money into KiwiSaver, save money. That's the best really example of compounding interest that we have available in New Zealand. The minute you join, who's a member of KiwiSaver?
I've heard about it, but
They
do you
did
get
have it
free
at
money?
school.
Yeah.
They have a post. No, I don't.
No, that's for the
they have like
NZCU.
they have a kind of thing, but it's like not.
Are you a member of KiwiSaver, Dante?
No.
So nobody here is a member other than
I'm
me.
going
Member
to
of
be.
the NZCU. That's where I put my money.
It's the Chapman does it.
They do banking.
It's like a little saving
Mhm.
thing.
It's
Chapman
not
doesn't
very
do
good.
KiwiSaver.
But if they did KiwiSaver, I would do
Yeah.
KiwiSaver.
Because when you join KiwiSaver, you straight away get $1,000 free when you start.
KiwiSaver. But you have to get it when you're 18, You're only allowed to get it when you're 18.
No, you can do it right now. Even when a baby's born, they can, the mum and dad can
and then
join.
you pay it off while you're going.
You don't pay it off.
Is it free? Do you just get it and you can do whatever you want with it and you never have to pay it back?
The money stays in there and it's compounding. It's growing.
So it's like if you lose money, then you get the money. Then you can use it. It's like a safety thing.
It's like it's the best way to get into your first home, KiwiSaver, because all the money you've put in there, you can get it out when you want to buy your first home.
Oh, is it only for buying your first home?
But that's the way you can get it out, and obviously it is a long-term saving for when you stop work, when you retire. So there's two issues. It's getting yourself into your first home, and the second opportunity is for when you stop work, when you retire.
Yeah.
And so, but Housing New Zealand will also give you a $5,000 subsidy when you're ready to buy your first home.
Wow, so that's only $6,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And then you add to it while you're going along with your job.
But what if you want to
Absolutely.
buy something else and you don't have any money?
Like a car, or what if
Or
you
an
want to
iPod.
save up for a car?
It's not for cars and iPods, I'm sorry.
I want to buy iPhone and I'm thinking that
What
if
if
I
it
joined
was like a
KiwiSaver,
long-
I could get iPhone.
What if it was like? So what if it was like a long-term thing where you had to go for like a trip, or you wanted to live in a different country or something?
You can't.
Could
because
it be
it's
for
KiwiSaver.
that?
KiwiSaver is really intended for getting into your first home and for when you're old and you want to stop working.
What if it's?
But can
What if
you
your
take
first
it-
time was in another country? Like,
Well,
Then you'd have
it is possible to do some transfers and whatnot, but that'll be a technical question that you have to look at when you're ready to do that.
But can you take that money out for anything else?
you're not allowed to take it out unless it's for a house.
For your house and for long-term savings.
So if it was a long-term saving.
saving up for a car.
Yeah.
No, that's short-term saving. That's you
trip.
just
What
doing.
if it's going to take you like 20 years to buy it? Is that
What if it
still
was
not
a long-term trip to go live in somewhere? Oh, it's
just stuck with the trips in the car.
No, the answer's no.
Oh.
So it only works for a house, whether it's
Yes.
Well, it's called KiwiSaver, so that gives you a few clues.
Well, I'm planning to live in Australia, so
I'm planning to go to America, so.
yeah.
Thailand.
Apparently, you can't get jobs in New Zealand, or you can't buy houses in New Zealand.
Yes, you can.
Well, it's hard.
My mum just bought a house last year.
It's videoing,
Oh,
smart people.
Turn it off.
Okay.
I'm embarrassing myself.
Okay,
I didn't like his book.
I know you. That again.
Turn it off.
I'm just. She likes your book, okay? She doesn't mean. The first book that we read was about the hare and the tortoise, and about how they like take a race to see who can earn the most money, the fastest, and yeah, it taught us about money and
It was
finance.
based on a true story, wasn't it?
Yeah, about a guy who started selling Coke bottles and now he's like a billionaire.
Just by doing something simple.
Yeah.
So what life lesson have you learnt the most today?
Like put your money, like don't spend your money all at once, and like say you put a third of it into saving, and then you keep a third of it, and then you put the other third like for long-term resources and stuff. Yeah.
Did you realise that Jesus, in all the words that he said, spent for every 10 words that he spoke, 7 were about financial management and stewardship. If you read the whole Bible, the same proportion, about 1/7 of the whole Bible's about money. That's how important it is.
Yeah.
And we don't really, if I think about the curriculum at Chapman College, we don't spend much time on money, do we? So Lucas wants that changed. So this is a good start.
Yeah.
Do you think the book might be helpful?
Yes.
One of the wonderful techniques that the master teacher, that's Christ, gave to us was his wonderful ability to tell a story and to begin a conversation. You could call it the parable of, and to use a very current and realistic story that's happening right now, and pose the right question in the midst of the parable, which allows people to think through the possible outcomes and the values that will actually lead to an outcome, good or bad, and to then raise this as a discussion. Ultimately, I think God's wisdom needs to be sought, and we need to find that, knowing the very character of man and the character of God, and we need life's wisdom to make these calls, and the more conversations we have, the better our kids will be prepared, because tomorrow's world is not the world that you and I know, Lucas. In fact, if you look prophetically, it looks quite dark, and the financial world is in a real turmoil. And unless we prepare our kids to cope with a world of chaos and lack of certainty, and how to handle money in the midst of that, and find resources out of nothing almost, then our kids are going to be all prepared.
I think common sense is an uncommon commodity.
Certainly is today, and finding that what you call common sense, yeah, it's very, very important.
They really struggled with the I am that I am. They found that quite challenging. They didn't.
Well, it's
really...
a huge thing. I think it staggers still people today. God's too big for us.
Yeah, they struggled with that one. They found some of the other bits quite self-explanatory, but the I am that I am really threw them. So
Well,
I
he's
think
all complete and all knowing, and it's just amazing.
yeah. So I think probably they need a bit of work together with their teachers on that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. God bless you.
You too.